Hey, Asha. Good evening.
Hi Neeraj, good morning.
Good morning. Let's.
Will we have class tomorrow?
No, no, no. Only,
Okay,
only weekdays.
okay, yeah,
So
okay,
you are
fine.
you are liking the session, or you want me to do any improvements? You can let me know.
No. I'm liking it. I like the pace at which you are going.
Yeah,
I'm liking it.
good,
Yeah.
good. Uh, let's wait for 10 to 15 minutes. 10 minutes. On 7:05 we will start. So all the
Okay.
participants can join the call. Okay, I'll be on mute. Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. So we'll wait for 2 more minutes. Then we'll start the session. Hi Vishnu. You are able to hear me? I think your microphone is not yet recognized. Just try to rejoin again. Uh, okay, everyone. Let's get started. The session. Okay, let me minimize the screen. You guys are able to hear me? Say yes, no.
Yes.
Okay, great. Let me start the session. Mm, Okay, today we will discuss about today topic is very important. This is a very base architecture of data centers and how the resources get deployed and how the what are the different types of resources are available and how the subscription is managed. So this is the very basic and the beginning for AZ900. Like once you create your account, how the architectures are formed in the background. So on those aspects we'll start. So let me go. So you guys having an Azure account? You guys are having Azure account with you, or like how you do the practice?
I don't have any Azure account.
Okay, just
Me too.
yeah. Just what you do is just link your account with credit card. That will give you 30 days subscription with free resources. You can do plug and play. Okay, so I have the slides for you for that. Okay, this is a topic which I'm going to cover. Okay, how to create a free tier account and how to activate your account and what are the different web services are available, how you can manage your Azure subscription, and how to manage subscription at the landing zone and the permissions on those aspects also I'll talk. And I'll give you overview of Azure Resource Manager and what are the Azure global infrastructures and in which region the which are the services are offered, and a little bit of management services, and last comes to the Azure architecture. I think Azure architecture may cover today, or maybe on the Monday session, but at least these services I'll try to cover. So if you don't have any Azure account, first what you have to do is you have to go to this home page, and then you can go to the left panel of the window, free account, and try to log in here. And then next, you can just use select here start free. So post selecting this start free, what you can do is you can type your email ID or whichever account you wanted to register. A verification code will send to you. Once that verification code sent to you, you do a captcha and you do normal registration how you follow, because some of the people don't know how to create a free account. That's why I have included this slide. Post the session, with the help of slide, you can try to set up your free account. Free account is just 30 days, unless and until you update your subscription to pay as you go. Till that point of time, that charges will not be applied on your credit card. Okay, it's one more thing I just wanted to update. So once you went through this page, here it will ask you all the credit card details, and it will give you $200, and this is validated for only 1 month. So till $200 you can play on the Azure. This will be free. Okay, and but only the thing is you have to link your credit card to this account. Okay, it is good one. You have to try. You can try. Now let's move on to the different Azure web services. Okay, so now we have talked about multiple services, right? Now we will talk about only web services. You can see this is an Azure web app, this is Azure Logic Apps, and this is Azure API app, and this is mobile app. So now once I come to this Azure web app, let me just open a window, and let me go to the portal. Think I have portal. Yes. Okay. So this is a portal. So I'm talking about this web apps. So in this web app, okay, we have again three different types. So this is a web service offering. Okay, you can call this app service. So how to search? Go here, app service. So this is a app service offering for Azure Web Apps. Okay, we call this as Azure Web App. This is one of the Azure Web Service offering provided by Microsoft. This is a PaaS. This app service is a PaaS. You can create like this way also, and you go to the marketplace here, web app. Okay, and this is also possible. This is a marketplace. In marketplace, one advantage is you will get different flavors of the services which offered by different third party vendors, not only Microsoft, different vendors also. If I go to marketplace here, I'll just hit marketplace. Like marketplace is nothing but your app store, or play Google Play Store, where you will use same app for different purposes. So same thing, multiple apps will be there for the to serve the same functionality. Same thing here. I will just type web apps. Okay, and then I'll click enter. You can see these are the different flavors which are available. Okay, only the thing you have to check is which is offered by which organization. You can see this web app is offered by Microsoft. This is Microsoft. Again, this web app is offered by Edge NX. So why this is this daemon vulnerable web app? So to understand the security concept testing and all, they have done one what I can say, a plugin where you can use. They can. This is a virtual machine. Okay, this is a SaaS offering. So these are the different apps and the flavors you will get. Once only the thing is, if your company is allowed to means allowed for third party apps, you can install. What happens is some of the organization will not allow the third party apps in the marketplace while selecting. So only you have to be more cautious when you are creating any resource. Just check this in the marketplace. Just check this service is offered by whom, which organization. If it is Microsoft, then you can directly go ahead and create. You can directly go ahead and create. Okay, these are the different services which are provided by Microsoft on the app. Now let's move on to the PPT. Okay, this is about web apps. This is included this detail, what is web app, how this work, how the configuration is in place, how to deploy, how to publish, everything I'll be explaining in upcoming sessions. Okay, this is just a small introduction. Okay, same thing, logic apps works as an automated workflow and integrated data services. Automated workflow in the sense, suppose there is a defined workflow in the system, like just one example I'll tell you. If you send any notifications, based on that notification, okay, I'll just simply tell you one bot in WhatsApp. Nowadays we got different multiple bots or multiple bot plugins. You say hi, that hi message will send to this workflow, logic app workflow. Internally in the background, this logic apps internally replies as a notification to your WhatsApp stating hello, welcome to anything ICICI Bank, or welcome to anything UCO Bank, or like this way it will send. Suppose you are applying a loan, and then it asks you, I want a loan. You just send a message, so that workflow will be already defined. It will send some 3 to 4 messages with a link. So you can click if you wanted to apply a loan, if you wanted to apply personal loan, home loan, then you can click on home loan on that service. Again, predefined workflow will be done on that WhatsApp. So same services are integrated in real time with this kind of a logic app. Okay, you guys are with me, you guys are following me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 great. Yeah, now I'll just show you where how the logic app works here. This is a logic app. Okay, logic app is defined like this way. So this is the logic app. Okay, so here you can add a workflow and all. Okay, so just one example I'll tell you. Logic app image. So in images we'll get a workflow, so that without creating it you'll come to know. Okay, see, this is a logic app workflow. This is just a simple logic app workflow where I'm helping you. Suppose you do anything, this is the value. If your value is equals to this, then you do send this message, you do send this message. This is a workflow what you define in the logic app. This one I'll tell you how to integrate logic app, how to invoke logic app when I am explaining the logic app functionality. Okay, at least to understand why we create logic app and when to create logic app, in what circumstances this logic app is needed. Okay, this is a workflow. You can say a setup workflow is defined and you wanted to achieve the activity with a set of workflow. With the help of logic app, you can do that. Okay, so this how it looks in our Azure services. Go to marketplace. What are the different flavors are available in logic app? You just search logic app here, logic apps. Okay, you can see this is offered by Microsoft, as you can see the symbol. Okay, and again logic app management. Again, this is in preview mode. Just to give you one information, if Microsoft or any of organization tells you in a preview mode, don't put don't create or don't use this application for productions. Preview mode in the sense this is in still testing phase or still in beta version. If you want, you can just keep a note on it. Okay, if any of the services which are in preview mode, like this way preview mode, don't use this applications or don't create these applications for production. This is in still beta mode. If you don't mention preview modes are not mentioned for the services, then you can go ahead and easily utilize those services. This is one of the important point I wanted to highlight. Okay, now these are the this is Microsoft. This is a Microsoft corporation only, but I'm seeing different entity here. Azure Logic App Solution for Sentiel. They will be using. How you can get information? You can just go to here and you can read. If you wanted to read any document or if you wanted to read anything about these services, why it is used, you can just click on this link and you can just read like what is this used for, why it is used. Okay, these are the logic apps. Just one information I just wanted to send. You can see whenever you are sending a FTP or FTP to storage, you can, for alerts and for reviews, you can have this workflow. I'll explain when I'm explaining the logic app. Just 1 to 2 sample logic apps will create and we'll work upon that. Okay, let's move on to PPT. Okay, now Azure API apps. Okay, this services enables you to build, host, and consume web services in the cloud. Okay, this is one of the more important. So I'm just explaining how the services looks like. Okay, now API Azure API. Okay, so this is the one which we have. Okay, these are the Azure API for FHIR. Otherwise, we have one more thing, APIM. Okay, APIM. Where is this? Again, we have multiple APIs. So, APIM, API management. Okay, so this is the API management here. One advantage is this is one of the service API management. This is used for microservices. Like if you are aware or if you know background of microservices, in microservices we just segregate the middle layer, top layer, presentation layer into different services, and we host for those services to interact among each or to communicate from the user to the microservices. We create few of the management. Okay, these we call it as API services. Okay, this is very interesting topic. I'll just give you a glance in upcoming sessions. What is this protocol? How they can communicate, and who can communicate? How we can authenticate? So everything comes into picture. So I'll explain like on this how the thing. So this is all about uh, API apps, and again we have Azure mobile apps like. You can do your authentication, authorization, and you can do different services. Okay, now let me do things here. Okay, you guys are with me. Anything, you have any questions or any concerns, let me know. I'll help you. I'll give you 5 minutes. Good, you are good.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, nice. Okay, then now we'll go. This is the cloud computing services. Okay, again, cloud computing service. Okay, I'll just give you one example. Okay, this is the cloud computing services. Why I have given this slide? I'll just give you this link in the chat. Just save it for your reference. Okay, this is the link. Suppose someone asks you, uh, tell me what are the services in computation service I wanted to use. So if you come here, you can see our entire Azure product in this link. Okay, entire Azure product in this link. Okay, I'll just give you one overview glance. Okay, not this one. Yeah, this one here. Suppose see all products. I'll just click on see all products. Suppose some fellow come to you, some colleague or some manager comes to you and tell me, hey, I wanted to define a container, give me best possible options which suit for our business requirements. I'll just go to compute service. Okay, in compute service, what are the offerings are available? You can see this is the compute service, and what are the offerings? So Azure web app, Azure app service, just now I have explained, going to the portal and clicking on app service. This is Azure Cycle Cloud. So it creates, manage, operate big computing clusters and scales. Okay, Azure Quantum, Batch, Cloud Service, SQL. So virtual machine. So we'll talk about Windows virtual machine. We'll talk about app services in depth, because these are the contents which are covered. Azure functions will cover, AKS we will cover, containers instances will cover. So these are the offerings. For offerings for the services, uh, this is the site where you can check if someone familiar is from the database. So how many types of database offerings Azure is providing, and someone is wanted to check about the DevOps. So what are the things provided in the DevOps? Okay. Now, someone, if I go to the identity, what are the different services which are provided by Azure? Okay, this is a very good link. Okay, uh, can check, I can, every 200 plus product details are mentioned in this link. Okay, I'll just give you this link. You can give the glance bit. Just pasted in the chat. Okay, this is all about the different cloud computing services which are offered by Microsoft. Now, let me jump here. Okay, next slide. Okay, now Azure terminologies. Okay, uh, what you mean by Azure terminology? Azure terminology stands for like resource group, account names, administration, Azure Active Directory. So these are the names defined for each services. So I'll explain where are these services comes and how you have to verify. Okay, so now you see this is a resource. Okay, this is managed by Azure, and how these resources are identified. Okay, now I'll go to the portal. I'll go to my portal. This is my portal. Okay, this is my portal. So under your subscription, you go to your, just check type for subscription here. This is a subscription. Click on the subscription. Currently we are into free trial, so click on that. So this is the resource tab. You can see this is the resource tab. Okay. Currently, I don't have any services created under this resource. Suppose if you create a service, you will get entire services listed here, like entire, irrespective of the resource group. You have 500 virtual machines, 500 app services, 200 logic apps. Entire resource list down will be done in this section. Okay, entire resource list down will be done in this section. This is all about resource. So if you wanted to understand under this subscription what are the resources are available, you can come here, you can check, and you can filter here. You can apply filter also. Okay, like equals, not equals, and virtual machine, scale set, and which location. And you can add many more filters, like you wanted to do by tax, kind, everything. Okay, you can just filter out all the resources in this section. Okay, what is mean by resource? Like, just I will explain. Suppose if you create a Azure virtual machine, it creates in Microsoft dot compute. It comes in Microsoft dot compute. So every resource has its own identity and own name. Suppose if you create any virtual network, in the resource it will come as Microsoft dot networking. Okay, so when I am explaining ARM, I'll explain this resource in depth. In the next slides only we have ARM. On that I'll explain like what is this resource and how it looks like. Okay, now subscription. What do you mean by subscription? And how it subscription helps you to adopt, like to take or to allocate a new resource? So subscription stands for, it's a logical container where you can deploy, host, and you will be billed according to the resource utilization under the subscription. Okay, and I'll just tell you here. uh, so this is my subscription. I'll just go one more time. I'll go to subscription here. Okay, this is my subscription. If I click on this name, so here you can see this is the cost analysis. Okay, this is the cost analysis. So in this cost analysis, uh, you can see all the utilization of the resource, estimated cost, forecast cost, everything will be shown here. So based on this only, you can understand what is my monthly billing and everything. Okay, it's loading. Currently don't have any information. Okay, so here only you will get subscription, location, resource groups, and every information you will get it here. Okay, this is all about cost management. Okay, this is comes under the subscription. I'll help you how this subscription works. When I'm explaining Azure Active Directory, I'll Monday onwards we are moving this subscription into pay as you go, and Monday onwards we'll create some real virtual machines, real app services. Post that, you will be able to see all the information here. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and this Azure account. Okay, once you create a subscription, this Azure account will be created and under this Azure subscription, and this Azure account will be tied to your subscription. Okay, so now if I go here, any doubts or anything, you can just ask me or you can stop me and ask. Okay, if you're not following or if you're not doing
Hey
anything.
Neeraj, I have a question. So
Yes, yes.
this is like a personal subscription, right? Where we can see all these things.
Hmm.
But if it's like a company-wide thing,
Hmm.
like how do they control that? Like who has access to all these
Ah,
things?
ah, that's a good question that I have. Meant we call it as a management group. Okay. So we call it as a management group. Under management group, you can create 12,000, 1,200 subscriptions. That is the limit. Okay. So this
Okay.
main subscription will be linked to your account administration, and under that, for what I can say. Okay, I have that slide for you. Okay, this is what I have in next upcoming slide. I have this picture. So this is enterprise account. This is one account under which they will create multiple subscriptions for different entities. Suppose in your organization they have 5 business units, 10 business units, 15 business units. For each business unit, they will create management group. Under one management group, you can create multiple things. Okay, multiple subscriptions. That is are different altogether. Just I'm explaining the subscription here. I got good question.
Okay.
Good question. Okay, so here if I go to subscription, you can see this all the information. Now see, if I go to Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. Okay, so here you'll get overview. Okay, we call it as a tenant. Okay, this is a tenant ID. Okay, you will have single tenant and you can have multi-tenant environment. So for this tenant, there will be only one tenant. One tenant ID will be there, but you can have multiple subscriptions. Okay, that is one important point. Tenant is single. This tenant ID is single, and this is the primary domain. So here, when they are doing management groups, they will create one more tenant or they'll create one more enterprise application. So this enterprise application, if I select, this architecture comes to picture. This architecture, enterprise enrollment. Okay, now you think I am a billing administrator. I am whole and sole administrator for entire one organization where I can define my enterprise applications here. Oh, sorry for that. Let me open the paint. So enterprise applications. For that enterprise applications here, I'll define a group, service group, user group, again tenant. Here tenant group is the one where management groups will come into picture. Again, this I will divide it into identity, management, connectivity, landing zone, sandbox, and DevOps. Okay, these are all things you don't need to worry. This is just a high level diagram. I'll explain everything in detail. You'll understand. Okay, you got it. So how this Azure account is created? Azure account. Okay, this will be handled by your billing administrator. Under that billing administrator, you will be segregating the you can create your own subscription. Once you got a main billing subscription, you can create till 1200 subscriptions. You can create till 1200 1500 subscriptions under the tenant. That should comes under tenant, and that should comes under the management group. So on top of management group, you can apply the policies, access policies. You can apply resource utilization, everything, compliance you can utilize. So that is where this Azure subscription takes a major role. Okay, and account administration. So on subscriptions, you will get access to the resource groups. Under the resource groups, you will be this roles and rules and permissions will be added. Okay, we'll create few of the things on Monday. Like I'll just give you one glance how this Azure administrator, account administrators, and all will work. When I am explaining Azure AD, no, I'll give you entire thing, like entire information. What is AD? What is user permission? What is RBAC? And what is just I'm explaining a glance on it. Okay, now. Okay, so this is Azure AD tenant. This is dedicated to one instance. When your organization signs up, this Microsoft Cloud Service subscription will be get added to your Azure AD account. So this is what they are talking about. This Azure AD tenant, right? So they are talking about this. I'll just go to my plant. Okay, they are talking about this. Once you log in with your free credit card or free account, this tenant ID will be created. Okay, again we have single tenant, multi-tenant, and that will not go. I don't want to confuse you. Just you understand this tenant. Okay. Any doubts so far, guys? Because it's getting tougher and tougher and more complicated since you are new to the Azure. Any doubts or anything, you can stop me and ask me. I'm free to answer. All good, or you want me to
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, how about others?
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. So here we call it, this is a tenant ID. Okay, anything you can create. Once you create Active Directory, uh, automatically the Active Directory comes into picture, and then this tenant ID will get created. You don't have any control on this tenant ID. This is already created by Microsoft, and we have 7 users here. Okay, we have 7 users. Okay, these are the 7 users which we have. So this is my access where I can do all the things. Suppose you wanted to create new user, you can create. Suppose you wanted to external user, you can invite here. Suppose you don't want to some users are wanted to utilize for the application for the demonstration and all, I will invite. I can invite. I can, if I invite, it will ask you my email ID and invitation. So a link will be sent to you, and I can define all the names, what is the purpose, every information, and assessment. If you have an existing group, you can add it, or otherwise just review it and review. So you can do this activity. Okay, you can even invite a user, or you can create your own own user and you give the permissions. That is also works here. Okay, this is all. When I'm explaining AD, I'll explain everything. What is it mean by user? What you mean by group? How the role administrator RBAC or role-based access control, how that can be maintained? What do you mean by enterprise application? Okay, so everything I'll explain when I'm explaining Azure Active Directory. Let's move on to okay Active Directory. So these are the things. Okay, resource groups. These resource groups are very important. This is a logical container that you use to for the group and for the subscription. So what is this resource group? Let's create one resource group now. So this is one resource group, right? Why these resource groups are needed? Suppose if you wanted to handle one set of project or one set of account, some people will go with the resource group and some people will go with what you can say multiple resource groups to segregate their resources. Okay, so let me create one resource group now. You will understand how to create a resource group in the Azure. Okay, now I go here, I go home. So I'll select the resource group here. I'll just go to search and type resource group. Okay, this is the resource group. Okay, create. Okay, one important thing is that suppose you wanted to create, while creating a resource group, uh, you need to understand uh, I'm hosting my application in which region. So based on that, you can create a resource group. So I wanted to use this resource group for West US or Central US or North US. You can select it. Okay. Suppose I'll just type for India. I wanted to host all my application in Central India. Okay. Central India, which is in Pune, which has my availability zones. So I'll just use it. Okay, you can see while choosing a resource group, you should understand where that logical container should be. Okay, I can just mention Central India. I'll just say uh, we will give a name called RJ. So RJ is for resource group. RJ, we just type, this is prefix or anything you can call it. Some people will not call it. Actually most of the people will follow RJ. RJ stands for resource group. And here what I'll give name as dev development RG. Okay, this is a resource group, review and create. Okay, the my validation is passed. I didn't hit on create. Now I'll create it. Okay, see my resource group is created. Okay, this is the resource group. Okay, now here I'll have multiple resources, multiple things which are deployed here. So let me create one more resource, app service. App service is a favorite, so we can create an app service in a free tier. So now I'll go to home, I'll type search app service. Okay, this is an app service. I'll click on web app. Okay, this is one. So now here you can see here I am selected basic. Okay, here I selected basic and see a resource group. You are able to see this for every resource in Azure. Any resource you create a data factory, you create a virtual network, you create anything. This resource group is a mandatory one because it isolates the resources each other. Suppose it and it helps the user to understand under this resource group what are the service, what are the components, or what are the Azure services are deployed. Okay, this is important. So see, I have created devrj. I'll just select here. Okay, this is a free trial. This is my subscription. I'll just enter this. I'll just give simple name of the app as maybe as I'll say you know geek test. Okay, you can see this is the name of the app and the code it is asking, you can select any sample code. Like I'll just say 3.8. I'll explain, like when I'm explaining web apps, I'll explain. See, one thing here is there is no restriction that you have created resource group in India, but you have selected a region here. This is allowed. Okay, this is allowed. This is uh, your resource group will be hosted in East US, but your resource group is in India. This is allowed. But for the best practices, what you can do, you can select India, South India. Means we have created in center. I'll just type INDIA, Central India, which is in Pune. Okay, for our better understanding. Okay, sometimes requirement comes that in the existing resource group, like you can create only the resources which are in different region, but as a best practice, where you select the resource group under that region only, you can deploy the resources under that region. That will be more helpful. Everyone clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So now, so this is a plan. Yeah, plan means I'll just help you. Means this is a kind of a name of the VM. You can call it as. Okay, this is name of the VM. So I will just say AB ABC hyphen ASP. Geeks. You know geeks hyphen ASP. Okay. I'll just create this, and this is free tier. Currently I can choose this one, free tier, just for example how this will create. Okay, now I'll hit review and create. Okay, free, estimated is free, nothing will be charging. Okay, 1 GB I'll get, and this is what create. Okay, now the resource deployment is happening here. Why I have created this resource, I'll tell you. This is my important thing. So how it comes, what is the resource? In the resource, how the resource will look like, and on the resource group, how this resource will be deployed. Okay, everything will see. Oh, template deployment, development. The region has, oh, okay. So this region don't have that. I'll just in India only. I'll just say any different region. IND. See South India. Let me see in South India. It will create. In Pune, we don't have this data resources. It is telling. Okay, I'm just creating for different region. Okay, it is telling the resources which you are deploying. We don't have that instances on that region. Same thing. Okay, let me create in different region for the testing. It should have for free. I don't know, they are not allowing, but I'll just create in north and review and create. Perfect. Okay, you can see here this resource deployment is in progress, and this is the name which I'm talking about. This is Microsoft.web is the name of the resource. Okay, and Microsoft.resource deployment, it is the deployment process which it is happening. If you wanted to see, this is an operation details, how all the things. Okay, this is the resource name, description, and everything. Now it is deploying. Okay, we'll wait for 2 minutes. See, now deployment is completed. Okay, it will give a notification here. Once the deployment is completed, it will give me the notification stating your resource is ready. Let's wait for that. Perfect. See, deployment is completed. You can see this Microsoft.web and this and dev.rj is successfully completed. Okay, now go to the resource. So this is my resource. So in the overview blade, you can see my resource group name here, and this is the site. Okay, if I click on this site, it is publicly accessible. Publicly. Okay. See, this is a publicly accessible. I'll give you this link in the chat. Try to access it. Okay, this is publicly accessible. I have just created a public site for you guys. Okay, this is publicly accessible. You guys are able to access, let me know.
Yes, I am able to access.
Perfect. You guys are able to access?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So this is the site which we have created. So this is what app service looks like. Okay, this is the app service looks like. Now we talked about resource. No, so we'll go to the subscription here. SUB subscription. Under the subscription, what are the resources are available? I'll see. Now you'll come to know we have created resources. No? So this is the resources. See, you can see this resources. So internally it created an application inside. We have created this app service. We have created the plan, and this is the log analytics. See, I just created a simple app service. Internally, these four resources get created, and you can see this information here. So whatever under the resource, you have 100 or 200 components, this will display here. This is application inside. This is used for monitoring services. I'll just help you on upcoming sessions when I'm explaining app service. And this is a plan is kind of a name given to this. Under this you can create multiple app service, and this is the default log analytics. Okay, now this is the resource. So explain means entire on the subscription. On this subscription, how many have, you will get all those things. So now let's go to the cost analysis. Now I'll just mention cost analysis here. Initially we don't have any resource, no. So now I'll go to the cost analysis, and here you will be able to see all the details. Okay, hope it should come. Okay, I think okay, let's say resource group, because we have created one resource group. It's loading. See, you can calculate the cost in this fashion by segregating the resource group. If I segregate this resource group, my one of the resource group should come currently. Okay, I'm not coming here. The reason being, this is into what in free subscription trial. Once I get into billing, then I will help you on the cost analysis. Okay, that is once tomorrow Monday we are going for billing. I'll help you on that. Okay, that is not an issue. Okay, now at least you got it, like what is a resource group. So if I go to the resource group here, you can see these are the multiple resource groups are there. So if you type how many resource groups are available in my subscription, you just select this resource group. So these are the resource groups. So this is I created in Central India. Okay, and these are the different resource groups. Now under this resource groups, how many services are offered? See, the main difference from the resources and the resource group is In the resource we are able to see different different components here with respect to this only. Now if I go here, okay, this is here home and subscription and free trial, and this is a resource. See here, I have 1 2 3, but this is not displaying under this because this is in a different resource group, but here this is in this resource group. So you wanted to see this resource, no? You have to go to this resource group. You just type here and it is here. Okay, you can see. Okay, this is a segregation of a multiple resource. Understood?
Yes.
Perfect. Now let's move on to the slide. Okay, into the slide here, region. Okay, uh, this is the region, data centers. So here this is the region. While selecting, no, while selecting the resources, no, you can utilize this region. And this is the management group. I'll help you like how to create a management group and what are the things and its segregations. Management group in the sense there will be one billing administrator, where billing administrator is having its own his own subscription. On under his billing administrator we will be having n number of subscriptions, n number of, in the sense, based, some people will create account wise, some people will create business unit wise. It's completely their cloud adoption framework architecture. Most people, what I have saw was, people are following business unit wise. Suppose you are running one account. So in cognizant organization you have financial account, you have banking unit, and you have service unit, and you have product unit. So they will define their units. For every unit they will define one subscription. Under that subscription they can create again multiple team wise subscription. Okay, these are the things will comes in management group, and that they can apply a policy, they can define policies. Okay, let's move to next slide. Yeah, now one important thing is, again, in the subscription, no, you have seen this is a free trial. Currently I am into free trial now. Okay, you can go, you can do pay as you go also. And you can benefit again in the service level agreement what kind of support you need. Suppose your application is deployed and you need a different level support, you raise a ticket to Microsoft, where Microsoft people, live people comes into picture, support guys will come into picture, they will help to resolve the issues. So everything will be defined in the subscription level service agreement. Okay, let us see what are the subscription level service agreement Azure offers. Okay, let me go to here. Let me click on here. I think Azure offers, right? Okay, I have opened it here. Ha. So this is a Azure offers. This is a subscription. Okay, here you can see pay as you go. Control F, pay. This is pay as you go. If I select this subscription type, what are the offerings provided by Microsoft and which level of service agreement I am into. Okay, you can see you will be notified email at least 30 days is advance once you are in pay as you go subscription. What are the free services? These are the free services, 12 months subscription, and communication policies, how it will be done, payment methods, pricing, everything. Okay, so these are the billings which they are offer. Okay, this is one of the important thing. This is service level agreement. Okay, and this is limitation, quota, and constraint. uh, Limitation, quota, and constraint, you don't worry. You can apply limitations and quotas and constraint on the subscription level. This is completely at billing administrator will do. You don't need to worry. This you have to understand what is service level agreement. Suppose you take pay as you go subscription. Here you take pay as you go. How to select pay as you go? Here, if I upgrade, this is my, here it is asking me to upgrade. Here I'll click on upgrade here. Okay, it will ask you for the subscription amount. Let me see now. Okay, so here it will ask me all the usage, like how you want to. So move to pay as you go pricing and unrepresented services. Here you can see what are the services and usage. Okay, you can see all the information here. I think this is he's a person name who is taking care of this information. Okay, you can see all the information here, and you can upgrade here. You can, once my account subscription everything is linked pan and tan, I can go for pay as you go. And this is done while selecting billing administration. Okay, now let me move on to the offers. This is pay as you go, and in pay as you go, this service level agreement is very important. Okay, so what SLA, anyone idea about SLA, or anyone worked on SLA? Just I wanted to understand, like.
We just have SLAs for tickets in our team.
Yeah. Same thing in Azure. Suppose something uh, goes wrong in your service, some applications are not coming up, and you need to raise a ticket to Microsoft. No, this SLA comes into picture. This service level agreement will come into picture. So you can see here, this is about SLA part. Okay, licensing and agreement. It is loading. Okay, so again, this service level agreement, these are the service level agreements. You can select here in 2023. uh, these are the service level agreements. You no need to worry, this and all taken care by organization, but for an understanding, uh, for every subscription, this SLA will be different. Like, I'll just tell you, because I worked as a cloud consultant. Like, they will be having premier support, and they will be having 500 top 500 clients, and they will be having different, I can say, enterprise application support, unified support, prem support. So they will select, when they are signing a contract with Microsoft, they will define the service level agreement. It is just an overview. It's not like, you can just here you can see all the information. Okay, so this is all about SLA, service level agreement. Okay, now I'm done. I don't want to divert. Okay, so where we are into legal agreement. No, this is a legal agreement where uh, you can Azure offers, how much Azure offers, and pay as you go. We saw, for pay as you go, we saw what is a service level agreement, and how you can, how many, in which currency you can pay. You can pay in these currencies. Okay, these are the currencies you can choose while paying to Microsoft, and this is a quota and the limitation. So for every subscription, they will limit your resource utilization and quota utilization. Okay, and these are the different services. I'll best paste this link in the chat. Whenever you have time, uh, you can just use it. These are the different types of subscriptions are available. Okay, so this is, most of the people will this use enterprise, and if you have large chunk of organization and the sponsorship, and you have Visual Studio licensing, you can use this. And you have some free trial, currently we are into free trial, we are using this. Okay, just for a knowledge sake, I'm just telling. This is an enterprise wherein almost all your organizations will go for enterprise. Here we'll get most licensing also. Visual Studio subscription is also covered. Windows Azure VM virtual machine also covered. Okay, where you have huge chunk of organization where these are all things are covered. So you got a fair idea on subscription, what are the offers and where to go to look into the SLA part and all. You got clarity?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So now let me move on here. Okay. And Azure Administrator boundaries. Okay. We check. Okay. Who is responsible for paying for your? So your account administrator, the person who is attached to email ID. So I just told you, no, the account administrator. Just show you one more time. Here, if I go, he is the guy. He is responsible for my this subscription. Okay, he is the guy who is responsible for paying uh subscription. This is an account administrator. Okay, here you can see when upgrade comes. Once you click on this, here he is the guy who is responsible for all the cost management and subscription and the resource. Same thing like Azure offers. I told you a specific Azure offers. You can choose for offer whenever you needs. You can select a pay as you go and you can select enterprise dev. So I just explained both. So this is the offers. Here you can see free trial. This is enterprise pay as you go. Okay, most of the people use pay as you go and enterprise, and suppose some of the small like startups and all, they'll take Visual Studio subscription and they will use it. And some of the student programs, Azure student programs, they will use this. Azure sponsors, they will use this. So these are again different services which are offered by Microsoft. Okay, now this is on Azure. Next, I'll go to the next slide. Okay, this is what I was talking about, management, Azure management group. This is just a vast topic. I just wanted to cover tomorrow, since due to the time constraint. So next Monday onwards, my plan is to cover 1.5 hours session. These 3 days, I had covered only 1 hour, and from Monday onwards, I'll cover 1.5 hour session. Hope that will be fine for you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. So,
Yep.
okay. So this management subscription and this is what I told you. Currently, for every management group, you can have one subscription. I'll just give a glance of 5 minutes. I don't want to waste time. So at least you can go through the topics. You can come back on Monday. Okay. This management groups, which uh, will be having one subscription, that is a billing administrator subscription. If I wanted to explain you, this is a billing administrator subscription. So this guy is having access to all the management. Now under he will create multiple subscriptions. Okay, he will create multiple subscriptions, 2 3 4 5 6, and each subscription will be divided into different resource groups. Now these resource groups we have created, and these resources also we saw app service we created in the resource under the resource group of dev and under the free trial subscription. And this guy is holding management groups. Okay, you got clarity, at least something. You just ask me anything. Now you have 5 minutes Q&A. Any doubts or any clarifications till now? You need any more details, I'm happy to help you on that. Yes, please speak. Yes, no, any doubts, anything?
Neeraj, so you said you work as an architect and also you work as a consultant, right?
Yes.
So, as a consultant or architect, do
Hmm.
you configure all these things for your company?
Yeah, obviously that's
No, no,
the
I
main
mean, do you, but I mean, after a certain time, these will get like you will have a lot of management groups, lot of subscriptions, and a lot of these items, right? Like, how
Mm.
do you manage all of them?
Okay, it's a good question. See, we have a tags. You heard about tags? Something called tags. Okay.
Tags, like
Tags in
metadata.
no tags in the sense. This is just a high level since Harsha is asked. So what we will do is to track every resources in Azure. We go to since I have, so this is a tag. So we create a tag here. This is a tag. We create a tag here for every billing resource. Okay, suppose this is not this one, this is mine. I don't want to create for others one. Okay, this is mine. Just now we have created this, we have created. We'll create tag. Who is using this? Who which business unit is owning this? So we will tell finance team is using this. So what we do, finance, FINANC, finance team. Which finance team? Under this finance team only we'll get many things like admin finance, HR fin, marketing fin. So we say HR fin. Okay, this is the tag we use, we save it. So based on this tag I'll generate a report. I'll In the cost management I'll generate a report how much billing is done by this fellow, and
Okay,
I can put a cap on this fellow, and I can get an alert on this fellow. This is very major part for tagging.
okay,
Okay, so you can
okay,
use multiple tags. Suppose this is shared resource, this same thing is used by another one, I can create the same. I can create FINANCE finance admin, ADMIN. Okay, sorry, this is already used. So I'll just create finance 2, finance 1, and admin. Okay, like this way.
okay. Got it.
So
Thank
this is one of the thing you can utilize. Good question. Yeah, you can, if you have any doubts you can just ask. Oh, I will be there still 5 minutes. Anju, you have any doubts?
All good.
Okay. Vishnu, like I didn't speak to you. You have any doubts or you are good?
Yes, I am good.
Okay, fine. Then what we will do is we'll wind up the session for today, and Monday onwards we'll cover some serious topics like management groups and management portals, and we'll try to cover data center architecture. Azure. Why I'm going in depth? The reason being you should know the basics before you move to the main topic. Okay, you are getting some idea, fair idea.
you. Yes,
Perfect. Okay,
So we
okay.
don't have class on Saturday and Sunday, both
Yes,
the
yes.
days.
Saturday and Sunday, you guys are free. We are not bothering
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So Monday to Friday, 1.5 hour will start. That will be like completely core, uh, completely a tough and topics, but you feel interest in doing this because I'm doing with practicals, so that it will give you some theoretical and practical knowledge. Okay. Okay, then. Thanks, folks. Thanks for joining the session. We'll wind up it. Thank you.
Sure.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Same to you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.